Hello and welcome to ISTV News. Let's look at the top stories. Steps needs to be taken to bring in work culture, or else cooperative movement will remain only on paper, affirms Minister A.K. Mirabai. And now the news in detail. If steps are not taken to bring in work culture among the people, the cooperative movement will remain only on paper. This was stated by Social Welfare and Cooperation Minister A.K. Mirabai at the inaugural function of a state-level seminar held on the theme Cooperative Enterprise, a Roadmap for Social Upliftment at the Conference Hall of Institute of Cooperative Management, Lamphel today. Registrar of Cooperative Society, Government of Manipur, T. Panmay, Principal Secretary Moses Chalai, and Chairman of ICM Management Committee, L. Tompisak, were also present at the function. Speaking at the function, L. Tompisak said, the total number of the registered cooperative societies in Manipur under different sectors is 6,884. Among all these cooperative societies, the societies of the handloom sector are running more successfully. If those working for the societies work together with each other sincerely and with unity, the cooperative society would be successful. A state cannot become developed without cooperative movement, Tompisak said. Minister Mirabai said, without modifying the work culture prevailing in the state, cooperative movement cannot become successful. The trends in practice in other states need to be emulated to bring in new changes in the state too. The government cannot provide jobs to all the youths. The problem of unemployment could be solved only when individuals or groups join hands to set up cooperative society and seek and utilize the benefits given by the government to create self-employment. The state will also be benefited enormously, the minister said.
Cooperative movement society the lady Samasi the lady Mui by Kunai Sina Maduki Wanto Kandra Makaiti Redom with the Suquina Maduki Kana do come with the Vanilla Badu Kana Apava own Babalana one of that I could put him involvement.
A Thangta demonstration organized by Palem Thangta Singdamsang Sagulbantera Tungbram Laikai was held at Chingamathak How Ground today. Chairperson of Social Welfare C.H. Lebaklotpi was the chief guest. Padmashri R.K. Achauba, Secretary of Yelhongay Inat Kanbalup, Angom Ranvir, and former councillor B. Memcha, etc. were present at the demonstration program. The students of the institute presented Thangta demonstration. C.H. Lebaklotpi said, on the occasion that the various forms of martial arts being shown in the films from outside are nothing better than the Thangta of Manipur. It is necessary for the people of Manipur to make a concerted effort to promote and develop the indigenous Thangta, Lebaklotpi said. Locals of Common Zone 3 stormed the UNACO complex last night for not allowing 5 students to take admission and for lodging a complaint by the UNACO authority with the police to arrest 71 residents of the area who urged the MD of the company to repair the Lisamlerak lane. MLA of the constituency T.H. Biswajit rushed there to intervene and succeeded in controlling the mob. A meeting was held against the conduct of the authority of UNACO and it was resolved to boycott the company indefinitely. Speaking to the ISTV News, local residents said, the new building of the higher secondary section of the school is under construction in the field beyond the lane. Trucks transporting the construction materials for the building had badly affected the condition of the road. The drainage system of the locality had even been broken and buried. When the locals complained to the managing director to repair the road, instead of agreeing to the request, he lodged the complaint to the police to arrest 71 local residents. Until the MD of the company tenders apology to the residents and take up steps to save the career of the student, the locals of the area will continue to boycott the school. The locals staged a sit-in protest in front of the gate of the school today. And now moving on to some national and international news. Even before Jammu and Kashmir could recover from the massive floods that occurred in September 2014, the state is battling yet another deluge, with the government declaring flood in the state. Adding to the devastation, 21 people are missing after a house collapsed in a landslide in the Laden village in Sarar-e-Sarif area in Jammu and Kashmir. The police has confirmed the mishap and are working with the army and civil administration for the rescue of the missing people. According to the Chief Engineer, Irrigation and Flood Control Kashmir, Jhelum has crossed the danger marks of 18 feet and 22 feet at Ram Mushinbag and Sangam respectively at 7 a.m. due to incessant rains overnight. Accordingly, the authorities have declared that Kashmir has been flooded and people living in low-lying areas, especially in and around Jhelum, have been advised to move to safer areas. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today rushed Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi to Kashmir for the on-spot assessment of the flood situation and to coordinate with state authorities for whatever help is required. As the flood situation began to turn serious in the valley, Modi deputed Naqvi, Minister of State for Minority Affairs and Parliamentary Affairs, to visit the state today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's BJP is now the world's largest party. Amit Shah, the party president, is likely to make the announcement tomorrow, sources say. Till Sunday, the BJP had registered 8.8 crore members, more than China's ruling party CPC that has 8.6 crore members, said Dinesh Sharma, party vice president. The BJP says 1 crore members signed up just in the last 8 days. The number swelled after a 4-month dial-in membership drive that ends tomorrow. Party leaders are hoping to cross the 10 crore target set by Mr. Shah by then. PM Modi launched the drive in November by dialing a mobile phone number to renew his membership. Freedom fighter Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya was posthumously awarded India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna, today. A multifaceted personality, Madan Mohan Malaviya was an educationist who founded the Banaras Hindu University and became one of the torch-bearers of the freedom struggle, acting as a bridge between the moderates and the extremists. Known for his espousal of Hindu nationalism, being one of the initial leaders of the far-right Hindu Mahasabha, Malaviya was a social reformer and a successful parliamentarian. The award was conferred on him by President Pranab Mukherjee at the Rashtrapati Bhavan and was accepted by Malaviya's family members. When the Myanmar warship Maharthi Hathura docked in Yangon yesterday, more than 100 migrant workers poured out, relieved to be far away from the Malaysian detention camps where they say they were tortured, starved and beaten. The 102 undocumented migrants were brought home after a Navy ship attended an expo in Malaysia and decided it had room for workers who wanted to return. The migrants, exclusively men and largely from ethnic minorities areas, had all entered Malaysia illegally or overstayed their legal documents. After working under the radar for several years, sometimes up to a decade, they were arrested for violating migration law and, without money to go home, sent to detention camps. Intensive talks are set to resume in Switzerland ahead of Tuesday's deadline for a nuclear deal with Iran. Ministers from 6 world powers are expected to hold their first full session on Monday with Iran's foreign minister. This essence of an emerging deal is to keep Iran at least 1 year away from being able to produce enough nuclear fuel for a single weapon. In return, Iran would see an easing of economic sanctions. Iran denies trying to develop nuclear arms, saying its program is peaceful. Representatives from the US, Germany, France, the UK, China and Russia are at the talks in Laoshan. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Papua New Guinea today, US seismologists said, with hazardous tsunami waves possible in areas near the epicenter, although no major damage was immediately reported. The quake hit at a depth of 33 kilometers, some 55 kilometers from the nearest city of Kokopo on New Britain Island, and 787 kilometers from the capital port Moresby, the United States Geological Survey said. And before we wind up, the top stories once again. Steps needs to be taken to bring in work culture, or else cooperative movement will remain only on paper, affirms Minister A.K. Mirabai. Well, thank you so much for joining with us and stay tuned for more news.